Alright folks, Pachinius Idiot, we are back. We got a lot of stuff ready. I got the Emmy's report back and it's very strange. Our victim tried to remove all indicators of his identity. His fingerprints had been burned off, and he had had teeth replaced. I figured he was some kind of spy, so I checked his DNA against the CIA database and came up with a name, Martin Anderson. Hey, that's the name Mehta passed along. Said he was a nobody, a retired spy. Not exactly. His mission history is classified, but he went rogue sometime in the late 80s. The agency has since disavowed him. And now he's turned up dead in connection with the Nicaraguan drug cartel? We need to find out why. Yikes. I dug out some files on the CIA unit on this patch belonged to, and they were stationed in Nicaragua during the revolution. The team was dissolved after allegations that they were facilitating drug deals and then funneling money to the Contra rebels. I also managed to find out that Arjun Mehta was the last one to access these records. Looks like somebody from the Espinoza cartel has a score to settle with the CIA. But how does Reddington factor into this? We're still missing something, and I intend to find it. Let's see if Mehta can fill us in on who the patch belongs to. Well, the external hard drive you gave me contained backup files for the airline manifest. I compared them to the data in the main systems, and the backups contained data that had been deleted. Somebody altered the airline's records in their main database and was then trying to dispose of the external backup files. My guess is that somebody, presumably Maureen, has been deleting files and altering records in order to bring criminals into the country. I ran an analysis on the box, and it was covered in Maureen DeVries' fingerprints. Somebody had given her a tremendous amount of money. Probably to tamper with records and escort them into the country. We need to figure out if she helped somebody affiliated with the Espinoza cartel. Well, the evidence that Maria is up to her forehead in this mess just keeps piling up. She's involved in this, even deeper than we realized. Let's get her to tell us who provided her with a box of cash so we can catch them before they kill again. Nope. Hello, Mr. Mehta. How's lockup treating you? Excited for the new digs? Please, I've told you everything. You can't squeeze water out of a stone. This is serious. Do yourself a favor. Help us out and maybe you can cut a deal. Show Mr. Mehta the item, agent. Alright, so what's the item? I kind of forget. The seal. Yep. Oh, that symbol. I've seen it before. It was in some of the operational data I took for the person I was working for. What did you find out about this unit? Did you know why somebody was paying you for this data? This unit was notorious. What was supposed to be a simple training operation for the American allies in Nicaragua turned ugly when two of the agents involved went rogue. Do you remember who the rogue agents were, Mr. Mehta? Yeah, one was Martin Anderson, and the other was Paul Hendricks. Those were the names I passed along in the comic book store. Why didn't you share this information with us earlier, Mr. Mehta? The person paying me said I'd be killed if I ever told law enforcement anything, but I'll take that risk if it means I have the chance to make a deal. The company in here is terrible. It makes me very upset when people lie to me, Mr. Breeze. If you had been straight with us from the start, maybe we would have cut you a deal. What do you mean? I've tried to be nothing but helpful throughout your investigation. Oh, there you go again. I'm giving you one more chance to tell me everything. Lie again, and I'll personally make sure that the judge throws the book at you. Tell me, did you accept a large amount of money to help a Nicaraguan criminal into the country? She lied again. No more games. We've got an accepting payment to tamper with records. Tell us who you helped into the country. Oh, I guess I got careless. I knew this couldn't last forever. For the past 2 years, I've been running a service helping people who'd rather remain unknown to enter the U.S. For the past year, I've been assisting a client from Nicaragua named Rosario. I've facilitated several trips for her, including one last week, but this time seemed different. Different? How so? She didn't seem to remember the past interactions we'd had. She needed directions to the condo she'd been using for months. She was so distracted. 2 days ago, she had sent me another ticket into the country. I didn't even know she'd left. This condo, you say she has... Can you give us an address? If it'll help me get any sort of deal, I'll draw you a map. Thanks. So, somebody is impersonating her is what it sounds like. Excellent work uncovering the address of our Nicaraguan adversary's safe house. I hear that Cooper has already sent a team there to stake it out and await her arrival. I also reached out to some old friends with the CIA operational details being passed around the comic book shop, and they shared an interesting tidbit with me. It seems my old friend Julio was ushered to power in 1989 by 2 rogue CIA agents. No doubt it's why they made the kill list of the cartel's current leader. The location of Martin Anderson's murder suggests that these agents were aware of the danger they were in and were running a counter-investigation of their own. Perhaps you and Wrestler should go investigate the bathroom where poor Troy Barron was found, and see if you can find anything that will lead us to the other rogue agent. Let's see what we can find. Here we are. Let's see if we can find anything that will prove that somebody is trying to secretly keep an eye on our investigation. Alright, so I haven't played this one in a while. It's got to be this coded list. There's a badge. Coded list. There we go. I know where everything else is. So we have duct tape, cockroach, paintbrush, broken heel, axe, paint can, winter hat, star, clock, take out coffee. I forget what that right there. Looks like Jason Strauss left his employee ID card, or at least what he tries to pass off as an employee ID. Let's get this back to the post office. And that looks like it could be important, but it's written in code. Let's give it to ARAM and see what he can do. Oh. I ran an analysis on the employee badge, and it's definitely a forgery. Somebody stole a real one, scanned it, and edited it, then laminated it themselves. Whoever this Jason Strauss is, I'm pretty confident that it isn't his real name. I can guarantee you that he isn't a janitor working the night shift at Union Station. How much do you want to bet that he's the other guy? I decoded this list and it's the names of different Espinoza cartel associates who have wound up dead so far, including murders in other countries that we weren't even aware of yet. It looks like somebody has been taking notes on it, filling in locations and times as they went. I think that whoever was filling in this list is the person who's been following this case. Maybe the other rogue agent from the failed operation in Nicaragua? That's my best guess. Whoever compiled this list had a massive knowledge of cartel associates, and, based on the notes, a mounting sense of dread as the list grew. I had DCPD put an APB out on Jason Strauss, and some officers picked him up snooping around the airport baggage carrier. Just couldn't keep away from the scene of the crime. He's waiting for us in the interrogation room now. Let's talk to him and make him tell us why the new cartel leader is after Reddington. Jason Strauss is the other guy. I'm almost positive. I'm here to collect on that help you offered me during our first interview, Mr. Strauss, or should I call you Paul Hendricks? I don't know who you think I am or what I did, but I promise you that I am who I say I am. Then why did you have a forged employee ID? What were you doing with the list of names of people who had been murdered? Why are you tracking our case? Yep. I'm interested in helping with the case because I'm a good citizen. If somebody murders a CIA agent, I want to see them brought to justice. I'm a janitor. I find all sorts of things around, and my ID wasn't forged. I just lost it and didn't want to report to my boss, so I made a copy. I don't have any idea about any of this nonsense you're accusing me of. Dang it, I wasn't sure about that. It sounds rotten, but I can't see the contradiction. You have nothing to do with this, then how do we know we were talking about the CIA? Stop lying and tell us what you know. I guess the Bureau's still making them just as sharp as they used to. That'll teach me to underestimate you. Well, right now we're tracking somebody who's been killing people, and she's going to continue unless we find her. You need to tell us why so we can stop this. Well, during the Nicaraguan Revolution, I was on a team providing training to the Contra rebels. Soon into the mission, we became aware that the Contras were receiving money from a drug cartel. The capo was a man named Raul Espinoza. Initially, our dealings with him were friendly, but my partner and I decided that our operations would proceed more smoothly if we installed our own leader. So you killed him and then took control of the cartels yourselves? Not exactly. Along with some business associates, we helped his brother Julio take down Raul and assume control. After the revolution ended, my partner Martin and I remained on the payroll. Everything was fine until last year. Somebody brutal, killed Julio and took over the cartel. I later find out that it was Raul's daughter, Rosario. Whoever took him out must have let her live. I have no idea who raised her, but she claimed her birthright with a vengeance. Then the deaths began. So this mysterious new cartel leader is a daughter looking for revenge? Tell me, was a man named Raymond Reddington involved in this coup? Reddington? No, we had some minor dealings with him afterward, but he didn't have anything to do with this power transfer. According to Jason Strauss, the woman killing Reddington's associate is actually the new head of the Espinoza cartel, Rosario Espinoza. He maintains that Reddington is connected to the death of her father, though. So why is she threatening him? We can ask her ourselves. Rosario Espinoza finally showed up at the condo. Our team was watching, and she's been brought into custody. Agent, I'd like you and Agent Keene to interrogate her and find out why she's been killing people to get to Reddington. Wow. Wait, you're Rosario Espinoza? You look so familiar. You could be the sister of somebody I talked to earlier. Do you know a Maribel Lee? Maribel? I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm an only child. Oh, really? Then what was someone who bears a striking resemblance to you doing at one of our crime scenes? You're the detective, tell me. Don't worry, we'll have plenty of time to investigate all of your contacts now that your killing spree is over. I haven't killed anybody. The deaths you're interested in are unfortunate. All those men were valuable business contacts. I only came to this country to see if I could figure out why they were dying. I didn't even get here until the day after poor Troy Barron was murdered. Check my ticket. We will. Until then, we're going to keep you in custody. We'll be speaking again soon, Miss Espinoza. Oh, snap. I can't make any sense of what's going on here. Rosario claims to have not even been in the country when Barron was murdered, and her ticket even confirms it. Well, the woman I met in the hotel looks so much like Rosario. That can't be a coincidence. When we found the broken phone in the comic book store and used it to call Maribel, she asked for Rosie. And when she answered, which could be short for Rosario. I think I have an idea. I was doing more research into that note you found, and it's not uncommon for close siblings to make up their own language in order to secretly converse. Oh wait, that makes sense. Why Maureen arranged 2 trips into the country. Why Maribel asked for Rosie. Why Rosario hadn't arrived before the murders. Maribel is Rosario's sister. Then that's how they've been covering stuff up. Very clever. %. Wow. So did Miss Espinoza tell you why she turned her back on a lucrative agreement and started taunting me with a string of numbers? Nope. Sorry, buddy. Maybe she will, though. No sister, eh? Of course. Given that we haven't heard of her until now, Rosario must have taken great care to keep her out of the business, and could be here to try and stop her. If Rosario is innocent in these crimes and looking for her sister, then it appears that their relationship has taken on a sinister sibling rivalry. Perhaps we could use this to our advantage. So not only is the new leader of the Espinoza cartel Raul's daughter, her dear sister has gone rogue and is murdering her associates. If Rosario is after her, it means she must have snapped. I'm guessing Rosario knows why. Take Agent Keene and have her put on those brilliant profiling skills the Academy gave her to good use in finding out why Rosario is having sibling troubles. Nice. I've been thinking a lot about our last discussion, Rosario, and it made something clear to me. You're in the country because you're trying to find your sister. I'm an only child. The only reason I'm here is because I'm trying to find out why tragedy keeps befalling my business partners. Nope, that's not true. Do you have a sister? Yep, nope. Your sister's going after some very dangerous people, and if you don't help us stop her, you will be an only child. If you love your sister, help us. Fine. 2 months ago, my sister Gabriella disappeared. Initially, I thought that one of my enemies had done it, but then the cartel's familiars started turning up dead. Why'd you assume that Gabriella was the one responsible for the murders? Well, there was a conversation we had right before she went missing. After I took control of the cartel, I allowed certain individuals who had betrayed our father to remain employed. I was trying to run a business, not get revenge, and I kept it secret from Gabriella, but somehow she found out, and then the killing began. Gabriella had always been impulsive, reckless, more interested in parties than business, initially. I thought she would tire of this and come home. But after she killed Troy Barron on his way back to the U.S., I knew I had to stop her before she tried to tangle with the CIA. So you followed her here to try and find her? Yes, I thought I was getting close when I found out she was using the comic book store as a contact point. I went there to try to find her, but there was a man there. It felt like he was watching me, so I hurried out. I must have lost my phone there because I couldn't find it after. I lost so many contacts who could help me find Gabriella. Can you tell us anything that will help us find her? There's only one familiar left in Washington, D.C. that she hasn't killed. I heard that she set up a meeting with him in the sculpture garden. I don't know when it is, though. Maybe we should give Reddington a call. Or even Jason Strauss. Agents, given what Rosario has told us, I had Aram look into the sculpture garden, and someone recently saw a young woman leaving a mysterious package there. It could be Gabriella, getting ready to pull off her final attack. You need to get over to the sculpture gardens immediately and figure out what she's up to so we can stop her. Agreed. Somebody said a young woman was wandering around the sculptures and that she may have left a mysterious item. Keep your eyes open for anything that looks out of place. Will do. Need a mask. Photo camera. Cell phone. Spray bottle. Toolbox. Smoking pipe. Nice. I guess we're finding the mask agent. Somebody's wired it to do something. We should be able to figure out what back at the post office. And this phone looks like somebody dropped it when they were trying to get out of here in a hurry. Let's see if we can find anything useful. This toolbox is definitely not a place for a landmark as manicured as this one. Let's get it back to the post office and see what it is. $550 different items. Sweet. Let's examine this. Was a bomb. Looks like a shrapnel bomb. Nasty way to die. Pretty shoddy workmanship. I'm betting Gabrielle built it herself. We need to disarm it to make sure it doesn't hurt anybody. Oh, another one. Okay. 8943. Well, I hope I get this quick enough. Took a little bit longer than we wanted, but nice work disarming that bomb agent. Got a load of the shrapnel inside. It's a bunch of tacky DC souvenirs. What a way to go. And judging by its contents, I'm betting Gabriella built this bomb somewhere in the city. She must be holed up somewhere nearby. Well, there's no way she's still in the hotel room we searched. Maybe she left something there that will help us tell her next move. It's worth looking into. Let's go over there and see what we can find. Oh. That's daily challenges. I thought they were going to have me go somewhere else. But anyways, guys, I will see you guys in the next part. This has been Fishing Ace 88. Over and out.